Fucked up the stream information first before I did anything. Well, y'all probably can't. Our girl. Yeah. This is what we're streaming. From what I got on the description, it sounds like my sort of deal, like some sort of adventure or psychological thing. Apparently, I got the name wrong at the end of my last stream. Not Metamorpho, not Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, just plain and simple. But yeah, this is what we're playing, this is what we're doing. I already adjusted some stuff, settings. I was looking for subtitles, didn't see that, but I got it, I can see English chat and everything. Alright. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but yeah, the description sounds like it's down my alley. I got myself some Dr. Pepper here. I actually shouldn't be drinking them. I'm gonna save the Dr. Pepper to make a dirty Dr. Pepper. There's recipe time, my guys. This is delicious. This is great. You should try this if you enjoy, like, sweet drink. I'm gonna get yourself Dr. Pepper, coconut rum, coconut creamer, like coffee creamer. And you can do ice. You kind of mix all this together. I don't really know the parts. I kind of just feel it out myself for like how much I like of each. But it's absolutely delicious. Try it. But I feel like going out to the kitchen, getting myself a jug, pour myself a cup, put it back. I just go and grab a can, come back. I'm gonna try not to drink of the Dr. Pepper because we definitely want to save it for that. But anyways, let's hop into it. Boy, Gamma. You know, this never worked. Like it's all. What do they mean by almost invisible? I always feel like they mean this, whereas I keep trying to put it like this or this, but then it ends up being too dark. We're gonna go with this. Save. Yeah, let's see. What are we expecting? I don't know what we're gonna be expecting. Maybe it won't be a psychological. I don't know. Oh, we already got subtitles. Nice.
Where am I? What's this painting?
This painting.
Right, I'm at Joseph's. What a night. Quite a celebration. Happy birthday, my friend. Though, one drink too many. I'll check with Joseph and then I'm off to work. Ah, my poor head.
It's very sensitive. It's not a bad little place. I mean, it looks a little dinky, but I'd live here. It's fine. Furnace? It's a very decorative looking furnace. Yeah, the look controls feel very floaty. City. You can almost see that it's like a wall of just like texture. Skybox, just so close to the window. That's fine though. It does what it needs to. Here's Sir Gregor. He is in one of the drawers. Okay. Fuzzy coat. Hand warmers. Not bad. Whoop. Okay. Hey. Is it just open and close, or did it run? A big ass dresser just for 3 books? What? Is there a crouch? Nah. At least not pressing anything I just did. Man, y'all. I've heard people be like, oh, who talks to themselves like that? I do. I talk to myself like that getting up all the time. Laying out the list of shit I need to do.
Closed. Oh, right. Now, where did I put the key?
In one of the drawers.
Here it is.
What about in this drawer? Got a pencil and I don't know what that is. Oh, we can't open the other. We can. About the bottom one. Got cigarettes, a deck of cards, and a lighter. Why is the lighter like?
That's odd. I've been many times at Joseph's, but I've never seen this corridor before. The photographs seem very familiar, though.
Wait a second. It took me a second to realize, is that a bug? Bugman? We were young back then. Bugman. Joseph, Max, and Jacob. Crater and Vienna. Well, now we have a general idea of what we look like. Joseph and Max kind of look like brothers. Or the same person, actually. They look like the same person. Joseph's not wearing his glasses in that one. Boy, I'm fat. First day at the bank. What the f... Does he not see what's wrong with this picture? First day at the bank. I don't understand how you're supposed to infer that from what I'm seeing. You got a caterpillar riding shotgun and a spider coming out of his chest. It's smoke blowing out of his nose while riding a bicycle. Where's the bank in this? What the... My first... What? Does he not see what's wrong with this? I'm gonna butcher this. Famous Kurlika Schnitzel. Not even what? Yeah, this is already like getting disturbing. Fuck. I get the feeling I'm gonna like turn and see something I don't want. I can even see anything in that. What in the... This is actually a little more trippy than I was expecting. It's like completely devolved. This is supposed to be the same picture. Wait, what in the...
What's that? This room is bizarre. What's with this furniture?
Did I shrink? Yo, psychological, definitely.
If I don't go out soon, I'll be late for work.
You kind of sound like the dude from the Stanley Parable. So. That works. Like the narrator.
Let's try this way.
Oops. What exactly is the play?
Another letter?
Let's see. Dear Mr. Samza, as things stand, the location of the key remains an unsolved mystery. Reaching the door handle might seem somewhat difficult, but we are confident you are on the task. We hope it takes to get to tower. To get to tower. Pipe, matches, comb, handkerchief, bottle of ink, and a pen, a brush. I jump. Y'all hear that? Very trippy. Even more trippy. Turns back when I get far enough away.
A ventilation hole? How on earth do I fit in here? These aren't the legs I'm used to. I know this sounds ludicrous, but can it be that I'm a bug?
Holy crap, I am.
Right. Stay calm. Let's find Joseph and move on from there.
Okay, so
All right, focus. You don't want to fall from this high up.
you're bugged. Usually that doesn't matter. You're not heavy enough. How high can we jump? Whew. Look at me go.
What a clutter.
Yeah.
I think there's something on the table. Another letter?
Doesn't this look like the same room? Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, I kind of... There's some of this I knew to expect, but oh my god, like, it's still weird. Like, this is way different. Like, I thought... I kind of thought this was gonna be something else, not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm assuming we take fall damage given the way the dude reacted, so we find a way. Yeah, that seems normal. Gotta find a way down without breaking our legs. But hey, if we break them, if we break one, we got 6 more, or 5 more, right? That might have been where we're supposed to go. But yeah, I don't think a lot of bugs would end up taking any harm falling from that kind of height. Like a tarantula, if you dropped it just from like a standing position, you'd probably kill it, but because they're kind of heavier. Ah! Oh, I thought I fucked that up. Like you could probably just cross onto this. This is just weird. I feel like I'm getting smaller and smaller as I get closer. I'm probably imagining it. I don't know. Actually, who knows with this game so far?
Almost. Made it. Sticky, oh. Although, this liquid should help me climb up.
You're a fucking insect. A map changes perspective. Try to look at it like that. Oh, yeah. So you have to continue to hold it. Ruining the book. Ah! What kind of book is it? Hero. Eroded historian. I don't know that word. Plan. I know I could read it normally, but I want to read it like Dear Mr. Samsa, as we realize in what a sorry state you currently find yourself in, we would like to offer you an opportunity to come and work with us at the tower. In order to start your recruitment process, please follow our symbol. Yeah, this is easy. I was doing. As I realize what in a sorry state you currently find yourself in, we would offer you an opportunity to come work for the tower. Start your recruitment process, please.
What in the...
What the? Ah! Okay. I was expecting some trippiness. This is trippier than I expected. Way trippier. Oh, what the hell? Kopeck.
Am I actually in the letter?
Is that what we're interpreting this as? Physics. Okay.
Dear Gregor. What? How do they know my name?
Yeah. Oh, am I actually walking on letters right now?
transform into a bug in your bed? Are you feeling uncomfortable in your new skin? Or rather, exoskeleton? Everything seems unfamiliar and bizarre. Wondering if this is all just a bad dream? Relax. Everything is fine.
Fine? This is fine?
I would like to try and like read what I'm walking on, but it's impossible. Oh. Yeah. I like the clinking sound as we run into stuff.
You are not the only one. There are more people like you who change into insects, but pulled through and even found a job.
But I had a job. I liked it. Well, sort of.
Oh, that don't look friendly. Ah! Okay, what now? Okay. Fantastic.
Yes, a job. All thanks to Tower.
They had that tower.
He's really struggling with the mandibles there, aren't we?
Tower is a modern office space offering honest, highly paid work to people turned into bugs. At Tower, you'll soak up specialist skills, acquaint yourself with amicable arthropod associates, obtain opportunities for occupational augmentation, and discover a different destiny for yourself. For the best employees, restoration back to human form.
I knew
You're devolving more and more. This is just a thing that happens to people. This... like, the turning into a bug thing is one thing. I am currently inside a letter walking on what seemed like glass lettering over a whirlpool of ink. While the letters fragment and float around, and the name Kovac is written everywhere. This is way more than I imagined. Somebody slipped me something in my drink last night. Well, one too many dirty Dr. Peppers, am I right? Fucking crazy. Yeah, that doesn't really sound like a helpful solution. Although, never mind. Okay. He's not speaking English anymore. Also, who the fuck is that? Yeah, we are not speaking English anymore. Someone's sleeping. Wait, so is he going through Joseph's stuff? Hey, look, mints. Okay. Alarm clock first. This is dust. Okay. Get her. Why is he sniffing the book? Whatever. You know what? Maybe that's not so weird.
Who's this? Who are you? You called? Yes, Anna should bring my breakfast.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
What do you mean, not possible? Preposterous, unprecedented, this is unheard of. And who then are you exactly?
Were you expecting someone?
On the contrary, I demand to know who you are. And is there someone behind the door?
You seem excited.
For sure I am. Does Miss Grubach know about this incident?
Bad
Can't imagine
feeling.
this is acceptable for her. And who is in Frau Bürstner's room?
Do you know Miss Bürstner well?
She is my neighbor, of course I know her. I don't see how it's any of your concern.
Just curious.
I can't read it.
How well?
We are simply acquaintances. But why does that interest you? Has she done anything wrong?
Why would she have done anything wrong?
I have no idea.
Plan
Tell
for
me.
company. Our signature.
Enough of this
Name
chicanery. Are
Joseph
you the
Gregory and
police?
Sons.
Is Frau Bürstner in some
Substance
kind
West
of trouble?
Compass. Sounds like we don't have sons.
Why would she be
For this passion is.
in trouble?
I don't know. You come in, ask about
The
her.
more
What makes you think it's about
plan became, I
her?
stopped him
Well, it's certainly
when he started to
not
talk about
me.
taking a
Now, is it?
Trans-Siberian
You are the
Railway.
police.
Were you expecting the police?
Nonetheless, I envy
No.
Gregor
No, I
for
wasn't
his
expecting
carefree,
anybody,
if at
least of
times
all you,
brash,
whoever you are.
attitude.
I have to call Miss Grubach.
I keep my feet
Why
on the
do you
ground.
need Miss
Compared to
Grubach?
Gregor, you even
You
say
just
I'm
keep asking
crawling.
questions, don't you?
Note to self: more zest.
Well, listen. You don't deny anything and you don't affirm anything. You just stand there and stare at me. What's your name and your function?
Why do you need to know my name?
Actually, you're right. I don't want to know your name. Why am I even speaking to you? Miss Grubach!
She cannot come at this time.
Oh, she can come at this time. It's her apartment after all.
How long have you been living here?
Long enough.
I'm glad.
But this situation is new to me. I won't say another word until I see the supervisor.
Thinks Justin Gerger will insist on during
Clearly need
usually
someone more
his boss
intelligent to talk to.
the district chief clerk, 16 holidays per year, a bigger desk, second free Sunday, thermal baths, reimbursement of shoe repair. Yeah. I mean, he sounds pretty upset, but it's like, I'm not sure anybody's doing anything about it. With them talking, it was really hard to concentrate on the writing. I'm like worried he's gonna do something to him if I don't hurry. But I guess they exhausted their dialogue. I was partly listening. Ark. Guess we're going down this way. Wait, are we not helping him? Weren't we trying to get his attention? What is this? Ah! Okay. I don't know what that was. Like some sort of charm? Award? I don't know. Now maybe I should read this. Since they're not speaking English. I was just on my way, but I can't make it any further. Starving. I'm very sorry. Please help me, will you? Well, I'd be glad to, but I have nothing to eat myself. I have an apple. Why don't you eat it then? The way to the apple is flooded. What am I supposed to do about it? You need to close the valve. It's behind a book on top of the cupboard. I'll be able to pass through then. Why don't you go and close it? I'm too hungry to move a muscle. Help me, and you'll help yourself. And how's that? The water also flooded the path to the tower. You need to close the valve. It's in a hole on top of the cupboard, behind Ulysses. Is that your apple? We want to eat that. Oh, we are bugs, I guess. What's this supposed to be? A wrap? You have pretty eyes. Find Ulysses on top. I might be pronouncing that wrong, by the way. I'm not going to correct myself. So, I'm a bug. Why do I not have the ability to just climb on top of shit? You see these little hooks on the ends of my legs? Those are supposed to be able to grab onto shit. And it's on top of the cupboard. We might need more sticky stuff. Yeah. Yeah, why isn't he making the dude leave? See? What is under that bed? On top of the cupboard. Maybe up there. Somehow. Do you think we got enough sticky to just like jump and make it? Skitter, 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 skitter. Alright, there's a way up here. Somehow. What if we try... Can we make that jump? What is that? I guess we're gonna find out if there's fall damage. I still don't know what this is. What I wonder... Maybe we didn't have to go that way? Maybe the solution is this way. Ah! Yeah, we're going the right way now. Ah, I missed what he said. I wasn't expecting this move. Sticky stuff is a valuable resource. We appear to be, as far as I can tell, some type of beetle. $500 milliliters, something. How many combs does a man need? I wonder if, like, more sticky stuff around we're supposed to find. Or be able to find in case we used all ours, but I think I can just climb this as it is. Oh no, it's glass! We can't! We're gonna have to find another way. You think I could just... Ah! We can't walk completely upside down. That's bullshit. Yeah, you ever held a beetle before? Like, one of the bigger kind? Yeah, if we can't walk completely upside down, then we should walk on it this way. Because otherwise we would have to get upside down at some point.
Nothing happens by itself, Mr. K.
Oh, give me a break. You seem to have an answer for everything.
Because there is a reason.
Who's there? Let's see.
Wouldn't you rather just stay here?
I want neither to stay here nor to talk to you.
I didn't mean anything wrong.
Didn't Franz tell you to stay in your room?
I demand to talk to Miss Grubach this instant.
That won't be possible.
What do you mean not possible? I want to speak with my landlady.
No. You can't leave. You are arrested.
Oh. Yes, it sure looks that way. Somebody must have made a false accusation. I don't see any other explanation.
Fuck.
I'll get my papers. Preposterous.
You know.
Okay, I seem not to be able to find my wallet. It might have been stolen from me.
That would be most unfortunate.
Indeed. How about you investigate that while you're here?
Mr. K, our sole job is to look after you until the arrival of our supervisor. On the other hand, you should really calm down.
I'm a very calm man.
I'm very glad to hear that, Mr. K.
How can I be under arrest? And above all, in such a way?
Do you think we know anything about the proceedings of your case? We hardly know one end of the identity document from the other. We are merely junior officials tasked with watching over you for the next few hours. That's all we are.
Hey.
But we understand that before making any arrest, the high authorities that we serve make sure they're well informed of the case and the accused.
Tell me then,
Dialogue is.
for what crime am I supposed to be under arrest?
We're not allowed to tell you anything more about your arrest. Proceedings are underway, and you'll
What?
be told everything, all in good time.
I know they're just like going back and
Already
forth with the
breaking
same
the rules
information.
being so polite with you. I hope that
But-
only Franz can hear this. He too is much more polite than he ought to be. Quite frankly,
I can't
if your
read
luck
with
the
dialogue
guards
going on. My
continues,
brain turns off.
You have nothing to fear.
My books
Mr.
got
K.
wet. Try
Tell me truthfully,
Gondolier immediately.
what sort of people are you? To what authority do you belong?
Dust,
Is this not a
Doy,
country of
Ski,
law and
Red,
order?
have it bound.
Oh, wait.
Ask Gregor to
I
return
see.
Robert.
This must be all in jest.
Saw bugs
I
on
bet
Choice's
I could laugh
book.
in your
Tell
face
her
right
Rocket
now,
Virgin.
and it would turn out to be a joke. A birthday joke from my colleagues at the bank. It's unthinkable. Is it some kind of mistake? If it's a joke, I'll sure be
no.
part of it.
You.
Wilhelm? You're okay?
Oh my god.
It's okay now.
I almost had a heart attack.
Your breakfast is treacherous.
How would I know? I didn't make it.
Anyway, I'm fine now.
Ah, that's not.
Well,
That is not the preferred.
I assure you, it's no joke, Mr. K. Nor can there
There we
be any
go.
question about there being a mistake. As far as I know, the judicial authorities don't search for guilt within society. Rather, it's guilt itself that attracts their attention. That's when we, the guardians
There
of
it
the
is.
law, are sent out. That's the law. So where would there be any mistake?
I don't know this law.
All the worse for you, then.
I think it's a law which is existing only in your heads.
Yet you are to feel its long arm.
You are making a big mistake.
We're
I didn't
treating
interact
you
with
politely,
everything.
and you don't seem to appreciate the fact.
I'm not sure I want to
Maybe
go
you've
in.
forgotten, but unlike you, we are still free, and that is no small advantage.
Take me to your supervisor.
As soon as he asks for it. Not before.
In the meantime,
See how that little bit
don't
counts
trouble
as.
your head with matters of no importance. Stay focused.
Yeah, do you see
There
that?
are
I bet you I
many
could
more
use that
challenges
to make a
ahead.
shortcut.
Besides, do you think we'd let you see the supervisor dressed like this? He'd have you thrashed. And us as well.
Let me be, for heaven's sake. If you surprise me while I'm in bed in the morning, you can't expect me to be in my best suit.
Since you need to get changed to meet with the inspector, Mr. K,
It is better to hand your personal belongings over to us.
there's a lot of feeling from the storage room
Yo, look at the patterns on my legs.
disappear and get sold after a time.
I'm styling.
Places like yours, you know how long they can drag on.
No, how long can they drag on? Places like yours. For a very long time.
Foul. This foul?
Once you get the custom to say, you only be a blow.
And its size is not determined by the size of the sale, but the size of the bribe one has to pay to get the transaction going.
Sounds like you are the ones who want the bribe.
God forbid! What are you suggesting, Mr. K?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm done speaking with you. A few words with someone on my level will make things incomparably clearer than the longest conversation with you.
Scrumptious. Well, you go to tower with me now. It's exhausting eating an apple. I'm afraid I have to lie down for a bit when I'm done. Well, bon appetit. I'm gonna go back out to see if I can read and find what I saw earlier. And I can just come back this way after. Am I going again? Leads this way, went here, there. Also, who just goes and grabs someone else's breakfast? Like, for real? Wait, whoop. Hopefully the sigils will mark out the path to the tower. What? Ah, wait, there. There, the ink pot. What about the ink pot? I'm gonna go put a mustache on him. Go handsome devil. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I see. It's loosens and tightens it. And then... And then... Damn it. Get back down there, you. Ow! I probably don't really need to waste my time with this anymore, honestly. Yeah, let's just go back. Ah! That could have been bad. You enjoy your apple, dude. Right? Like, I'm knocking over paint pictures. I'm, like, drawing, like, sticky stuff everywhere. I'm not a small bug either. Woo! Trippy. I think we could hear them talking. Also, someone needs to go through this house and take like an inspection of the inside of the walls. Holy crap. Someone's gonna get like some sort of disease just breathing in the air in this hotel, this apartment complex, whatever. Let's see. I don't quite know where I'm going. I hear the tower symbol. I don't think I have sticky stuff anymore. Yeah, I think I lost it after transitioning to the... Yeah. Yeah! Do you think we go that way, or go try to make this jump? I guess we go that way. What was the point of all that? Are these anything? Am I doing good or bad breaking? Oh, it makes something. A symbol? Okay. I guess if you find them all. Hello, Mr. Bug. Yeah, if we look like these guys, we are a very noticeable beetle. Hello, my name is Gregor. Don't come any closer. My immunity is lowered. I bet you're spreading all sorts of disease. Nothing of the sort. Well, alright. I'm Siegfried. Glad to meet ya. Bloody colds. Achoo. You're the reason I'm here. What is your job? I redirect inquiring parties to the right office trails. Achoo. I had to read that again. Trails, not trials. That's great because I'm actually looking for a way to tower. A passageway to tower leads through Joseph's box. At least this month. How do you know about Joseph? His case is already under watch. You. Bless you. Actually said Gesundheit in bug speak. I'm not the only one that heard that, right? That damned fan. I can't get rid of this cold because of it. Not to mention all the papers flying around. I'll just turn it off. It's broken. Well, I might be able to help. Oh, if you would be so kachu. Stitches. A very floppy abdomen there. No, wait, that's a... Yeah, abdomen. What color I am. I assume he's trying to show us something. Okay. Oh, this is someone's house? What nonsense does my husband tell you? Siegfried is your husband? He said he was ill. Right, let me guess. It's due to the fan? Same old song. It's all bogus. I need to find a passageway to tower. So Joseph's box? Last time I checked, it was under the bed. Go up through the fan and you should be able to reach it. So the fan can be turned off. Of course it can. Why won't Siegfried just do it then? Because he'd have to find a new excuse for his clumsiness. And the disarray in documents. So that's how it is. They sent him down here from tower for a reason. Go ahead, turn off the fan. I kinda wanna see if we can hear her fuss at him. Oh, no, she just walks right past him. Alright, we just chilling, I guess. Then the question is, how the hell did we get up there? We can't climb upside down. Our best bet is probably that. There we go. Boop. Skitter, skitter, skitter. Oh god, I got disoriented. I was about to ask how the hell did we end up under the bed from there, but then I remember the pipe kind of dropped down. Yes. Take a look at this. A burnt eggs. Insecticide and defamation. Dear Mr. K, this is a potent insecticide imported directly from Baden. If it doesn't get rid of those little abhorrent insects, I don't know what will. Your landlady. I like how it's already like. Or not abhorrent. Oh god, that's what I saw from up there? Do 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 da da. Now what? Ah! What?
And my box. Ah, inside I should have. Oh, where is it? Ha! A bicycle license. I guess by the seriousness of this affair, a bicycle license should be enough. Enough for what? For identification. These are my documents. Now show me yours. And the arrest warrant.
Dear God in heaven, why can't you simply understand your position and stop irritating us with all these pointless questions?
Because he's.
This must be some kind of prank. I won't say another word until I see the supervisor.
Suit yourself,
With the
Mr.
box.
K.
I clearly need someone more intelligent to talk to.
I guess there's the box. That shouldn't be too hard to get down to. By believing passionately in something that still does not exist, we create. What? Let's see here. Oh my lord. That looks impressive. No, you can't. Very eerie looking place. Hello. Hey, man. Hello. My name is Gregor. I am Guildstern, and this is my fellow Rosencrantz. We've lost our way. To the tower? No, through those shrooms. My friend here is already having a bad trip. I'm sorry. I've had a rough morning. I woke up as a bug. Ah, first timer, ain't ya? Wanna feel human again? I'd like to get my old body back. Just a few hints of... hold on. A few hits of psilocybin is all it takes. You'll be floating through fractals looking at your own abdomen from above. Just stand next to a mushroom and take a big sniff. The stuff will do you good. Thanks, but I want to change back for real. I don't do drugs anyway. Greetings, stranger. Long live Tower. Long live... My name is Guildstern. This is my fellow Rosencrantz. Something rings a bell. Long live Tower. Long live? Or was it live long? I got it backwards. I don't know. I guess we don't want to mess with those. Hi. I hear it. Love us. Okay, yeah, so each one I collect makes part of that symbol. What's going on over there? Oh, the balls from that thing. Tower is hubris, down our old insectiment teaches us so. And the insect lord came down on a string to see Tower. And the bugs had built and the lord cheered. Behold, the locusts are one, and they have all one buzz. And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their proboscis and mandibles. that they may not understand one another's sounds. And from thence, a beetle understands not a dragonfly, nor a mosquito a fly, nor a moth a butterfly. And there appeared a great wonder on the chandelier. Chandelier. A mosquito confined inside a light bulb. And the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 aphids. And she, being with eggs, cried out, laboring with the pain of laying. And there appeared another wonder at the ceiling. This might go on for a while. We must bring Tower down to end our suffering once and for all. Down with Tower. There's just no way. There's no talking to a butterfly. There's just no talking. Yesterday our insect lord spoke to me. In a flame of fire out the midst of a mushroom. And then I saw a moth with a skull. They kind of... Are you here to discover the truth? Yes, I mean, I need to get to Tower. Or Soul. There is no hope for us insects in Tower. I'm not an insect. At least I haven't been one until now. I need to become human again. Apparently it is possible at Tower. Oh, for sure it is. But what for? Doesn't the Insect Lord give us enough promises of joy? I guess I'll just be going. Is that a ship? That is a ship. What is he trying to do? Oh dear. That preacher is the leader of a dangerous cult. They're hard to get away from. Please don't tell anyone I'm here. Wouldn't really have any reason. Shh. Besides, I can't get back anyways. Yeah, that is a ship. Very ratty looking one. Guess I'm supposed to go that way? Or would this way work? Either way would have worked. Oh. Valid documents. We have documents as insects? Oh, I guess we ain't going this way. Stop! Who are you? He is a buff-looking bug. My name is Gregor Samsa. I woke up transformed into... Are you the Inspector Bug? No, I'm human. Are you a spy? No, I'm a salesman. Show your documents. I don't have them. As I said, I was just You have no valid identification? No, sir. How do you expect anyone to believe you? I don't have time for this. Go see Karen. He'll sort it out. Karen or Sharon? Karen. Karen? Let me go Karen. This way? He's like... Dude, he looks cool. God. If he just... Oh, look how big he is. I guess we're talking to him. Everybody else is able to go biped. They have fingers. I just have beetle claws. Finally, a passenger. Passenger? You're looking to get to tower, I assume. I sure hope those black pest dimwits didn't try to sell you on some hogwash. No? Fine, show me your certificate and we'll be on our way. I'm afraid I don't have it. You don't? Well, we can't go to tower if you don't have a certificate. That's what tower is all about, certifying certificates. I didn't realize. Apparently I need a certificate. Look at how big he is. Alright, now I only need the certificate. Hey, look, a customs office. That helps. Hey, buddy. Talking to me? Yeah, I am. Got any spare change? I'm afraid I don't. How about some rum? Rum would be good. Sorry, no. Please excuse me, I'm in a hurry. Oh, pardon me. Mr. Bigwig is very busy. Not a moment to spare for a homeless bug. Whatever, I don't need your help anyway. I literally don't have anything. I'm supposed to be sailors? Ahoy, landcrawler. Got any rum stashed around? I'm sorry, I don't. Could you please tell me how to get the documents? Apparently they're required. How about that rum, eh? Oh, this big guy. Hey there, lad. You fancy a taste of adventure aboard the Black Pest? Thank you, I'll pass. That's what they're talking about. What's this guy doing, though? I only can remember where I buried my precious. Perhaps life at sea would be a life for me. No, focus on the task at hand. Anything to declare? I don't think so. Then please stop making a crowd and move away. I'm searching for a certificate. This is a customs office, not a lawyer's office. Go wait for the lawyer to open instead of bothering us here. Well, that's helpful. We need a lawyer. I'm guessing this is the lawyer's office. Yep. So we gotta wait for them to open, or better yet, find a way to get the time, get to the clock, and maybe that'll open them for us. I can't read that. Alright, this probably does something. Five, 10, 15. Everything that you love you will eventually lose, but in the end, love will return in a different form. What a coincidence. Me and Joseph are in need of a lawyer. Wait a second. Are we asking this guy for a certificate? Good one. Ah! Feel like I almost fucked up there. Guess this doesn't count as sticky stuff. What's down this way? Doesn't seem to be a point going down there yet. Well, somebody made something down. Look out for shady bugs. Wish they would play some good ragtime. Bugs just want to have fun. Or if he just talks. Hey, handsome. Greetings. You seem lost. A little. I'm after a certificate. I see. You need to make it that lawyer to get off. I see, you need to make that lawyer get off his abdomen to do something about it then. The only way to do that is cut off the music. How do I go about that? Try the gramophone club. Fair enough. If they give you trouble at the entrance, tell them I sent you. And you are... I'm Lenny. Gregor, pleased to meet you. I have a feeling we'll meet again. Up to over here, guys. Hey, you know we can get a certificate around here? We got a big wig over here. You hear that? This fellow needs a certificate. Scram, will ya? Get lost. Fine. Rude ass. I like Lenny. Lenny's a cool dude. Gal. Can't tell. are tiny. They won't let me into the gramophone. But why? They said I dance too provocatively. Sorry to hear that. You're not getting in, mate. You don't fit in with the club's aesthetic. Lenny sends me. Ah, in that case, let me welcome you, sir, to the Gramophone Club. The bar is on the lower floor. Okay. Actually looks like a very fancy place. This regret that I feel, because it's incomprehensible. I drank, therefore I am. I guess they're singing? Hey, handsome, looking for some company? Looking for a way up. Will you dance? Will you dance Buggy Wuggy with me? Sorry, not now. I need to slow down the engine somehow. Weeb. This one Lenny told me that. Lenny? Don't even mention that harlot's name around me. Hello. I don't know you. Better back off. I don't seem to care that I'm here. Yeah, nobody really seems to be stopping me from going wherever I want. Hi. A stranger? What is your business here? I'm sorry, it seems I got lost. That much is obvious. I'm the owner of this establishment. Gregor, I'm headed to Tower. You require a certificate, I assume? Yes, I do. Ah, so upfront. I like you. Can you perhaps tell me how to turn the music off? Ah, to capture the lawyer's attention? Sharp thinking. The gramophone breaking is certain to infuriate him. To be sincere, it also gets under my shell. How so? Take a look around. How do you expect a lounge to function without music? Understandable. Although recently Tower's been taking a smidge too great an interest in my enterprise. Sounds bothersome. Indeed. In such instances, a small malfunction proves convenient. It would divert their eye away from me. Off to break things I go then. I will offer you this advice, young one. From here, you can only slow down the music. You need to put the resistors out of order. What then? Then the rod above us will slow down. If you use it to climb up, there you'll see the record, the stylus, and out with the music. Thank you. How can I repay you? There will be time for that later. Now go while I'm in the mood. Okay. Yeah, that looks complicated. So we're after this thing here. Why were the two mice fired? Because they're lousy at their job, apparently. I see it. That stays like that. Now we need to get to that one up there. Somehow. I saw, yep, this. My nose keeps itching. There's a way over there. Just not sure how yet. Ah! We're getting closer and closer to figuring this out. Okay. Okay. There's no sticky stuff around. Use. Maybe. Okay, now we're here. Now what? Yeah! Okay, now what? Wait a second. I was up here already. Let's try this. Don't fall into that. Aha! Now this is slowed down enough to walk on. Ah! Okay, and now we do something with this. Okay, well, not like that. Yeah! What are these? Okay, what did I plan to do from here? I may have... Okay, nope, that works. What if I... This might be a bad idea. Let's catch it!
Bloody grabber. Enter. Enter!
That worked. Does he look inside and not see all like the tables and everything set up? Or is he trying to talk to me? Whoop! That worked out.
Young man, why are you here?
My name is Joseph K.
I know who you are. You are a friend of Gregor's Hamster.
Oh, you know Gregor?
Didn't he refer me to you?
No. No, my uncle did. He's an old acquaintance of yours.
Ah, yes, of course. So, is it about your trial?
Yes, it is.
Jesus a bit.
You've come at a very inappropriate moment.
I was told to come now.
I know, but you see, my desk is broken.
What do you mean?
Inside, I have the ledger with all the cases. Without it, I
The wonders of the musical.
Can the desk be repaired?
probably. But for now, we must await.
Mr. Hold, I would like to discuss my defense with you, but I don't even know the charges.
That is not important. What is important is to submit the first set of documents to the court.
The first set? What are they?
The defense doesn't have access to court records, especially not to the indictment. That means we generally don't know, or at least not precisely, what the first documents need to be about. Anyway, usually the first submitted documents are mislaid or lost, and even if they do keep them right to the end, rumor says they are hardly ever read. This is all very regrettable,
Anyway,
but not entirely without its
Stuck.
justifications.
I don't.
You should not forget,
I'll find
Mr.
something.
K,
Bring it to me.
that there is no
Need to help a
law
friend. He's up there and he's
that
having
says
dark
the
thoughts.
trial has to be public.
I'll try and find some.
Proceedings are generally kept secret, not only from the public, but also from the accused.
Is that even possible?
What?
To keep the trial secret from the accused?
Oh, it's usually possible to a very large extent.
This sounds completely absurd. So what exactly is your role?
The most important thing is the lawyer's personal connections. That's where the real value of taking counsel lies. Contacts with higher officials. Or with high officials, but with lower grades. That is the only way to influence the progress of the trial. Hardly noticeable at first, it's true. But as it progresses, it becomes more and more visible. There are, of course, not many lawyers who can do this. So you have made a good choice by coming to me.
How could he have done
Do you
that?
already have some paperwork?
Excuse me?
The law
My husband
is
cheated on me with a
and
ladybug.
so are we,
Can you
the
imagine?
It should come
Very
to
sorry to
no
hear that.
surprise to you that we
He thought I'd be
have
none the wiser,
extensive
but I saw a
network
black
of
spot on his
relevant
thorax. He tried to hide
Your
it.
case
He
is
cheated
a
on me
very
before with a
interesting
mosquito.
one. Indeed,
She sucked him
things
dry,
like
alright.
this don't come
He got what was coming
suddenly.
for him, unfaithful bastard.
Start developing
Perhaps no one can find a
long
certificate.
time beforehand.
No idea.
There must
But
have
maybe my
been
soon-dead,
warning
the
signs
ex-husband will
Could I
know.
see those documents?
He's hiding under the
I'm
skull
afraid
stand.
that is not possible
Fair enough,
at the
thank you.
moment. Not unless I know the date of your trial. It's in the ledger, which is currently blocked in my desk.
I must see them. What is the legal basis for this?
I guess my desk broke due to the laws of physics.
I don't mean your broken desk. I mean the ledger, the trial date, and you showing me the documents.
I just
See,
wouldn't
I've been-
know where to search for them.
Listening to this in the
Besides,
background,
something said in private
it is
cannot
just
be
going
used
round
in
and round and
public.
round.
Therefore, you seeing those documents will not help your case. I would say it might even hinder the proceedings.
Mr. Holt, I insist.
Your trial is still in its infancy. You would get the wrong impression after reading them. They are destined for me, not for you. Trials run their course all by themselves. All they really need is a nudge from time to time. After reading the papers, you could get the wrong idea and start acting erratically. This would for sure complicate the case.
This obviously is a very stupid system. How can one defend himself if he doesn't know what he stands accused of?
Exactly.
It's far from being the lawyer's job to introduce any improvements in the court system or even to think about it. One significant point is that almost every defendant, even a very simple one, begins to suggest improvements to the court as soon as its proceedings have begun. Many of them spend time on the matter, time that could be spent far better elsewhere. The only right thing to do is to learn how to deal with the situation as it is.
Right,
Any other approach is simply
This is German or
superstitious
something.
nonsense and might do incalculable harm. Not to mention attract the special attention of the officials. Never attract attention to yourself.
Mr. Holt, I would like to discuss my defense with you, but I don't even know the charges.
That is not important.
I think I'll stay here.
What is important is to submit the first set of documents to the court.
The first set. What are they?
The defense doesn't have access to court records, especially not to the indictment. That means we generally don't know, or at least not precisely, what the first documents need to be about. Anyway, usually the first submitted documents are mislaid or lost, and even if they do keep them right to the end, rumor
He's
says they are hardly
repeating
ever
what he
read.
said earlier.
This is all very regrettable, but not entirely without its justifications. You should not forget, Mr. K, that there is no law that says the trial has to be public. Proceedings are generally kept secret not only from the public, but also from the accused.
Is that even possible?
What?
To keep the trial secret from the accused?
Oh, it's usually possible to a very large extent.
Actually,
This sounds
more troublesome
completely
climbing than it was
absurd.
before.
So what exactly is your
Son of a-
role?
The most important thing is the lawyer's personal connections. That's where the real value of taking counsel lies. Contacts with higher officials.
Let's
Or
go
with high officials,
slower.
but with lower grades. That is the only way to influence the progress of the trial. Hardly noticeable at first, it's true. But as it progresses, it becomes more and more visible. There are, of course, not many lawyers who can do this. So you have made a good choice by coming to me.
Do you already have some paperwork?
The law is
I don't think I was supposed to get all the way up
and
here.
So are we, the defense. It should come to no surprise to you that we have an extensive network for relevant information. Your case is a very interesting one. Indeed, things like this don't come all of a sudden. They start developing a long time
Son of a-
beforehand. There must have been warning signs of it.
Could I see those documents?
I'm afraid that is not possible at the moment. Not unless I know the date of your trial. It's in the ledger, which is currently blocked in my desk.
I must see them. What is the legal basis for this?
I guess my desk broke due to the laws of physics.
I don't mean your broken desk. I mean the ledger, the trial date, and you showing me the
Dude,
documents.
I'm with this dude. I would be so fucking annoyed with everybody.
Besides, something said in private
so-
cannot be used in public. Therefore,
Don't
you
run out on me.
seeing those
Don't run out on me.
documents Will not help your case. I would say it might even hinder the proceedings.
Mr. Holt, I insist.
Your trial is still in its infancy. You would get the wrong impression after reading them. They are destined for me, not for you. Trials run their course all by themselves. All they really need
Any opinions on what the hell is happening to
from time
Joseph?
time.
Because, like,
After reading the papers, you could get the wrong
the police
idea
sneaking
and
around in
start
his
acting
apartment while he's
erratic.
asleep.
This would for sure complicate the case.
He's not even allowed to
This
know what he's
obviously
accused
is a very
of.
stupid system. How can one defend himself if he doesn't know what he stands accused of?
Don't
It's
come any
far
closer
from
or I'll
being the
jump.
lawyer's job
Take it
to
easy. What's your
introduce
name?
Any improvements
Albert.
in the court system,
I'm
or
Gregor. Why
even
you wanna
to
jump,
think
Albert?
about it.
I wasn't
One
accepted for
significant
placement at the
point
lawyer's
is that
office.
almost
I can't show my
every
face at home.
defendant, even a
My
very
father will
simple
disown
one,
me.
begins to suggest
It's not the end of the world. Look
improvements to the
around you.
court as soon as
So
its
many places and
proceedings have
opportunities. What do you
begun.
see?
Many of
A
them
skull.
spend time on
The
the
skull
matter.
means death. It's all
Time
pointless.
would
I'm
be spent
jumping.
far better
Wait,
elsewhere.
applications are always rejected the first
only
time.
right thing
They
to
are?
do
That's right.
is to learn how
Actually,
to
I've heard that
deal
everything
with
winds
the
up deep inside the
situation
desk
as it is.
with the rest of the papers.
Any other approach is
There really are
simply
heaps of papers in there, perhaps even
superstitious
certificates?
nonsense, and might
Yes, they do
do
keep certificates in the
incalculable
desk.
harm.
I guess it's
Not
easy
to
for some papers to get
mention
misplaced in
attract
there.
the special attention of the
See, you just need to
officials.
reapply, that's all.
Never
Well, if
attract
that's the case,
attention to yourself.
that's how the
Mr.
system
Holt,
works. They seek
I
out
would
determined
like to discuss my
individuals.
defense with you, but
They
I don't
seek
even
out
know the
determined.
charges.
That is
I'd
not
like to land a
important.
job in the legal department
What
of
is
Tower.
important is to
Oh,
submit
that's
the
great. I'm sure you
first
will.
set of
Just don't jump,
documents to
Albert.
the court.
The first
Submit your
set.
application again
are
and see
they?
what
The
happens.
defense doesn't have access
Alright,
to court
I will.
records, especially not to the indictment. That means we generally
Thank you
don't
for your help.
know, or at least not precisely, what the first
I don't
documents
think
need
jumping
to
from
be
here will
about.
kill you.
Anyway, usually the first submitted documents are mislaid or lost, and even if they do keep them right to the end, rumor says they are hardly ever read. This is all very regressible. The date. Yes, I don't have the ledger to check when your hearing date is.
Pathetic.
You're not supposed to know that anyway. This is
What?
all very regressible.
You're not supposed to
But not
know
entirely without
when your
its
date, your court
justification.
date is?
You should not forget, Mr. K, that there is no law that says the trial has to be public. Proceedings are generally kept secret.
Hey there, mate.
not
Help a fellow
only
bug out,
from
will you?
the public,
What's the
but
matter?
also from the accused.
I barely
Is that
scraped
even
together
possible?
4
What?
To keep the trial secret
Coronas
from
a
the
month.
accused.
Oh,
Runas?
usually
Can't really
possible
make
to a
decent money
very
anywhere other
large
than at Tower, and
extent.
suddenly the
This
divorce,
sounds
larva
completely
support.
absurd.
I'm in
So
deep
what
doubt.
exactly is your
What
role?
happened? Did you
The
cheat on your
most
wife?
important thing
Cheat? That's a
is
harsh
the
word.
lawyer's personal
Uh-huh.
connections.
It's not my fault, I was
That's where the
seduced.
real value
She descended from the
is
sky,
taken
perfumed and
counts
dressed in
lies.
red.
Contacts with higher
It turned out those were her fertile days, you see.
with high officials, but
I don't think I'm gonna listen to this. It's none of my
that is the
business.
only way to influence
Window
the
leg,
progress
pal.
of the trial.
The divorce papers that I
Hardly
was supposed to sign are in the
noticeable
lawyer's
at
desk,
first.
where he
It's
keeps
true.
certificates and other
But
official
as
documents.
it progresses, it becomes
Certificates, you
more
say?
and more visible.
That's right, they're in the
There
desk.
are, of course,
If
not
anything would happen
many
to them,
lawyers
oh, I
who
don't
can
know,
do
if some
this.
honey was to drip on them or
So
ink
you
made a
have
nasty
made
blot.
a good choice.
Isn't it
by
illegal?
coming
I don't know
to
about that.
me.
Do you already have some paperwork?
The law is science, and so are we, the defense. It should come to no surprise to you that we have an extensive network for relevant information. Your case is a very interesting one. Indeed, things like this don't come all of a sudden.
I can't
They
read this.
start developing a long time beforehand. There must have
Hello.
been warning signs of it.
I'm searching
Could
for
I
a
see those
certificate.
documents?
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
afraid
wants some paper.
That is not possible at the moment.
Lugger to the skull,
Not
the
unless
poor
I know the
preoccupied
date
fellow
of
under
your
the lamp.
trial. It's
But I know
the
nothing.
leisure which is
Go ask
currently
them.
blocked in my desk.
I must see them. What is the legal basis for this?
I guess my desk broke due to the laws of physics.
I don't mean your broken desk. I mean the ledger, the trial date, and you showing me the documents.
I just wouldn't know where to search for them. Besides, something said in private cannot be used in public. Therefore, you seeing those documents will not help your case. I would say it might even hinder the proceedings.
Mr. Holt, I insist.
Your trial is still in its infancy.
Do we want to
You
try and
get
get
the
to
wrong
this, see what we can mess
impression
with?
after reading them.
We don't even have a date to set it
They
to.
are destined for me, not for you. Trials run their course all by themselves.
Yeah, let's
All
go
they
find out his
really
trial
need
date.
is a nudge from time to time. The date. Yes, I don't have the ledger to check when your hearing date is.
Pathetic.
Holy crap. A funky world in this desk. I wonder he can't find anything. Achtung, Vorsaar. Intritt verboten. Holy crap. This desk is all kinds of whack. Hey, no entry. Didn't you see the sign? My apologies. I wanted to check what's wrong with the desk. Something's broken, but we don't know what exactly. I'm looking for a certificate. So what? No trespassing. Not without proper safety training, anyway. But I'm here on duty. If that's the case, please report to the boss. He's in the hall. Hang on. Ah. Either above me or below me. We'll just have to find a way back up at some point. Looking at this, it shouldn't be too hard to get back. Do you not think that this might be your problem? Quite possibly. Just maybe. Heave ho, heave ho, heave ho. He's in the hall. Let's see. That's the guy we need to talk to. Hello. You there. Don't you know we're on strike today? Why nothing's working? No, the desk is broken, that's why. How are you even striking if nothing's working anyway? You a black leg? No, not at all. I have to go. Hello. Oh, hi. Hello. What are you doing here? Did you see the sign? Looking for it. That sounded English. Certificate. What certificate? On my way to tower. Ah, I see now. Unfortunately, I can't help you. This is not where the certificates are issued. It is, but the mechanism are commissioned, so we're not issuing any certificates. Isn't it a lawyer's job? What, you really think he can make a certificate like that himself? Oh, no, 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 no. The machine does everything for him when it's working, that is. But it's out of order. If you manage to fix the mechanism, I'll give you a brand new mint condition certificate. Well, no wonder the lawyer sounds incompetent as hell. Alright. My first day of work and everything's already falling apart. You tell me what I can do to help. You here too? In a way. The boss is in the hall by the machinery. He's the best mechanic I know. So why won't he fix the desk? It's just amazing. What? I'm not sure that's doing anything. These idiots keep turning the wheel. It breaks the machine and I have to repair it. I can't rest because of this. You know what? I got sticky stuff. Let's see if I can where the thingamajigger is. Up. Not quite. Aha. Appears to be a lot of these. I wonder if I missed some. Anyways. Like I said, maybe this is your problem. Oh, da. Oh. Keep it going. Keep it going. Okay, well, there's something else still wrong. It's not just this wire. Got the power going to it. Just don't have... Do you think I needed to even put sticky stuff on it like that to make it stick, or do you think it would have just stayed? Where he's going with that? Watch him just turn around. Yeah, he's just gonna walk a circle. My man is just looking busy. Alright, so there's still something messed up over here. Take a look around. Oh. I can't really tell what's wrong just off of this. Just by looking at it. Even when I was like turning the wheel, I couldn't really tell what the actual problem was. That would give me an idea. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I have to keep it in the green, and it worked. Is this flying? Let's see here. Oh shit! This is crazy!
Let's get back to our affair.
It's over. Your trial is still in its infancy. You would get the wrong impression after reading it. They are destined for me, not for you. Trial?
Can I see it?
No, don't worry.
But your desk. It's working.
Don't get so excited, Mr. K. Please, keep your composure. Now, let me see. Yes.
Sorry, did you see where the lawyer took this paper?
As
Which
I
paper?
mentioned before,
My certificate, he just took it
first
out.
set of documents need to
Yeah, it's
be
probably somewhere on the table.
This will take some
You happen to know where?
So
I'm inside the
what
table,
about
sir.
me?
I wouldn't know what happens
That's
above.
what's meant
Know what's happening there, I would need to get out.
in this situation.
But for this, one
As
needs
a
to get
trial
sticky.
is still in
And I
its
hate being sticky.
hastened action can
Fair
bring
enough.
more harm than good.
You'll have to excuse me, but I cannot just sit and wait.
Patience is a virtue, Mr. K. A virtue much appreciated by the judicial system. I suggest you go back to your everyday tasks at the bank. That is where you work, no?
How can one just continue a normal everyday life knowing that he is accused? that he is under suspicion.
You will be surprised to discover how easy it is to get used to such a situation. After a certain moment, you won't even notice the ongoing trial.
Great. But at least you can tell me when my hearing is, right?
Not really.
Isn't it written in your ledger?
It is. But as your counsel, I can't really tell you.
Mr. Holt, I would like to discuss my defense with you, but I don't even know the charges.
That is not important.
It is
What is important is to submit the first set of documents to the court.
The first set. What are they?
The defense doesn't have access to court records, especially not to the indictment. That means we generally don't know, or at least not precisely, what
Joseph
the first
K.
documents need to be about. Anyway,
June
usually the
3rd.
first submitted documents are mislaid or lost, and even if they do keep them right to the end, rumor says they are hardly ever read. This is all very regrettable, but not entirely without its justifications. You should not forget, Mr. K, that there is no law that says the trial has to be public. Proceedings are generally kept secret, not only from the public, but also from the accused.
Is that even possible?
What?
To keep the trial secret from the accused?
Oh, it's usually possible to have... Oh, the date. The date. Oh, it's actually today. Your first hearing.
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
You have a hearing today. In the afternoon.
Today? I suppose you'll be coming.
Counsel for the defense is not normally allowed to be present during questioning. Anyway, not a lot can be learned in this way. It's just a formal hearing. Oh, it's usually possible to a very large extent.
This sounds completely absurd. So what exactly is your role?
The most important thing
Be useless.
is the lawyer's personal connections. That's where the real value of taking counsel lies. Contacts
Yeah, you'd think
with
you'd notice
higher
a big beetle like
officials.
this just running around
Or
the desk.
with high officials, but with lower grades. That is the only way to influence the progress of the trial. Hardly noticeable
Okay.
at first.
Yeah, that's
It's
my name.
True. But as it progresses, it becomes more and more visible. There are, of
But
course,
how would I get the
not
paper onto
many
it?
lawyers
Is the
who can
question.
do this. So you have made a good choice.
Look at like all the pathing
by
I've taken.
coming to me.
Do you already have some paperwork?
The law is tireless, and so are we, the defense. It should come to no surprise to you that we have an extensive network for relevant information.
I gotta get this over there
Your
somehow.
case is a very interesting one. Indeed, things like this
Or I could
don't
use that.
come all of a sudden. They start developing a long time beforehand. There must have been warning signs of it.
Could I see those documents?
Your trial is still in its infancy. You would get the wrong impression after reading them. They are
stick upside
destined
down,
for
so-
me, not for you. Trials run their course all by themselves. All they really need is a nudge from time to time.
Made it.
After reading the papers, you could get the wrong idea and start acting erratically. This would for sure complicate the case.
This obviously is a very stupid...
Oh, these stamps. Oh, the certificate. Did I stamp it already?
Ah!
Anyway, it's official now. I'll put it with your documents. I don't quite remember why it was
Oh
needed.
lord, which one?
Documents? What documents? Mr. Hold, I'm withdrawing your representation in my case, with immediate effect.
Do I understand you right?
I think you do.
Well, we can certainly discuss this plan of yours.
It's not a plan anymore.
We still mustn't rush anything.
Nothing is being rushed. Everything has been thought through, probably for too long. The decision is final.
Exactly.
Then allow me to say a few words. You are running the risk of catching a cold for no reason. The circumstances are important enough, and you've become impatient.
I am not impatient. It is just that I came to you, hoping that this case would become less of a burden for me. Well, quite the opposite is happening. If you would represent me, I will end up worrying about the case much more.
Yep.
I will always, without ceasing, be waiting for you to do something. It will grow more and more tense. As for the information about the trial itself, supposedly held in secret, I learnt by pure luck that I have a hearing the same day.
After a certain point in the proceedings, nothing
Yeah.
new of any importance ever happens. So many litigants at the same stage in their trials have stood before me just like you are now, and spoken in the same way.
Then all these other litigants have been right, just as I am.
I wasn't trying to show that you were mistaken, but I expected better judgment from you than from the others. I've given you more insight into the workings of the court and my own activities than I normally do. But despite that, you have too little trust in me. You're not making it easy for me. You see, I have the impression that you have not only misjudged the legal assistance I have given you, but also that you believe that you are being handled with apparent neglect. Even that
Yes.
has its reason. It is often better to be in chains than to be free.
What?
Mr. Hull, what will you undertake on my behalf if you continue to represent me?
I should continue with what I've already been doing for you.
And that's just what I thought.
Exactly.
You don't need to say another word.
Dude, what the fuck is going on to this dude? I feel like everything's rigged for him. Meanwhile, we're just trying to figure shit out for ourselves. What in the fuck? Starting to get wild. Starting to? What are you on about? Shit's been wild. Test yourself on mankind is something that makes the doubter doubt and the believer believe. We may end up calling it here for the stream. Yeah, I think we'll call it here, and we'll get back to it next week. It's actually a very interesting game. I'm really interested in finding out what the fuck is going on with this trial with Joseph. What's going on with him? The like psychedelic trip we've got going on. But yeah, until next time, everyone.